desktop audio is on, so players may come in and talk as well. Hello. Okay. Custom battles, here we come. Ravenhelm and the Traumatized. These guys have had some good battles previously. Let me chuck up the stream for the people that want to come in and have a look. I'll get Bullet to chuck a message in saying lobby 2 and the players if you've got a second, mate. That'd be great. Let them know. Okay, on the right hand side on the map Emptied Hopes, we have the black Traumatized. And on the left side, we have Ravenhelm playing as Dynasty as the purple Dynasty. Might just put up the sound a smidgen for those that enjoy it. Okay, we've got a Dynasty Guard coming out nice and early before any engineers running out. Looks like Raven's sending his up to the top left, top right bunker, but I don't think he's going to make it in time to stop the engineer at this pace. And a couple of skirmishes coming on in the middle. Well, Raven changing path from the middle TPC, just opting to do a little southward tour, perhaps going in to grab this bunker or come in and see what is popping up for Traumatized to see what it may be coming and how many factories or radar first, those kind of things. It looks like it is going to be the factory first after a double refinery. Raven grabbing his eco out. He's got his plan on, he's learnt, he's already in front in my eyes, or my ears, whichever you prefer. Popping the guard tower down, not even worrying, like it wasn't even a battle, just getting the tower down for vision, and I guess to stop a couple of engineers coming in while he's out and about. Just got the one in there, gives them a bit more protection. Trauma got a little bottom scout coming down. Might jump into the bunker, might continue on through. Jumps into the bunker, see what's happening, gets a bit of radius. Likewise, Ravenhelm has also scouted and seen that the uplink is up, but won't know what pod is coming just yet. May want to go back and check that one a bit later. Pillager gonna come out, burn this fella out. He's gonna actually see that the rig is gonna be moving down the hill, so he's gonna presume that there will be some rig or two down in this bottom patch, which may come back for a RAS a little bit later. Let's see which pod drops on the radar. It is the orange pod, the operative pod, so we might see some snipers and comms officers. We'll see which one Traumatized wishes to go with. A little bit more of an attack force coming through to the center TPC. 3 units getting marked there for a little bit of intel. Got to split some units for this grenade incoming, which he does. Oh, it's got a riot shield in there, so it's stunning the pillager and giving a bit of a chance for the grenadiers to knock out the infantry, but with the good splits from Raven, it looks like it's going to go back in and heal up there. That's a very good play, getting in there, preempting a engineer, or at least thinking one might be coming. Might be best to get that riot shield out now and start harassing some infantry. Not as much healing happened. Maybe the igniter was getting enough damage on there. Right shield still very healthy, might be able to do another stun onto the Pillager, which has happened. All his infantry from Traumatized are still up, so I think Trauma has played this quite well on this skirmish. Right shield finally gets down to stop the stun, but we have a comms officer out already as well, and an operative likewise from Ravens, meaning that we've got a bureau that's popped out. Expansion popping up to the top right. Sitting on a very similar population. Traumatized in the lead with 7 harvesters to 6 rigs. Rigs to mine clickers, so it's not that much difference. Slightly better. Still haven't seen a Doctrine pop out from Raven just as yet. May see him work on that a little bit more after a couple of past series. Being a little bit low on the Doctrine side. It already looks like the GDF are just trading a lot better on this current skirmishes. The TPC just may not be the place to fight at. But still has production coming over. MCV now going to be moving up, so less production building is going to be built in the meantime. Has got a air factory down, so that will possibly bring some... Watch out for these operatives getting poked. Focused fire down. That's a good hump if he can get some damage on into the middle of those. Not a bad couple of Havoc hits. Yeah, still having no Doctrines from Raven, especially this first one on the right. That gives a good amount of AoE damage into battles, which would have been helping these Havocs do a lot more splash damage. So those Doctrines missing is another little miss there. And with the amount of infantry, not having the 2 middle Doctrines, at least still the first one on the top middle to get some extra HP onto those infantry. Traumatized up to 10 harvesters to Ravens 6, and we have another MCV move coming over, feeling kind of he's confident enough to go in and take the middle. Raven just GG's, feeling that it was just too much to get back into the match for game 1. GG to Traumatized in a very hard to see colour on that screen. That's interesting. And we'll see which map comes up for game number 2. Shit. We'll have to do another video merging there at Mr. Bullet, as I have pressed the wrong button. Starting a new VOD. Boo-hoos. Okay, continuing on, as we will join these videos together. No troubles whatsoever with Mr. BT. We have a score of the series so far. 1-1, I believe it is, isn't it? Those are Emptied Hopes and Altitude. 1-1. And a third match incoming now in this best of 5, going the map pick choice of Traumatized, sitting up in the top left as the black GDF, and the purple Dynasty of Ravenhelm in the bottom right. 1 game all, and we'll see where this one goes. As we all know, quite a very heavily favoured GDF map. It has the consensus on this map. Traumatized sending his infantry down to attempt some harass, or at least to grab a early bunker vision. Ravenhelm has sent 3 Din Guards in response to make sure that his engineer will come over eventually. And we do have Traumatized sending his engineer down, so he really does want to push down into the TPC of Ravenhelm. However, the Din Guard getting a little bit of damage as them being a little bit faster movement. Jumps into the bunker, pushing the Din Guard back. Be pretty close battle, but I still think the 3 Din Guard could beat the 2 guards if they focus fire 1 each. Engineer likely to come in and be able to grab the scout, and the engineer may end up going back and trying to secure his own and keeping it alive. Or if it comes into vision of these 3 scouts, it's going to get focused down. No, towers back up. Those guards are going to jump back in as well. Clear off to Din Guard. Raven has secured the TPC, but 3 Din Guard going down for free as well in that exchange. Be able to clear off the rest of the Din Guard as well and capture the TPC, and likewise move over and capture his own ones, taking the TPC advantage. We're sitting on 3 rigs, 2 harvesters. We've got the radar going up onto the wall, as we've spoken about many times, being able to use this as a vision jump skip down to this Tempest patch. Wet Noodles probably won't have a chance against this engineer. Nope. They're just more for a visual, visual look more than doing some damage with their funny looking helmets. I've got a pod coming out. We'll see which one pops. If he's going to mix it up and do right edicts or stick with the operatives. He's going to stick with the operatives on this one. Pringler coming in, going to take out his TPC. I'll see if he brings over a engineer to recap or just denies the extra TPC to Trauma. We do have a guard in the... He's going to get a riot trooper in game 1. This happened as well. Gets the stun onto the Pringler. Might be worth getting that Grenadier out to take on the blob of the Din Guard. Looks like there is going to be enough damage to shoo this one away and perhaps get some pickoffs on the way up. Raven has got his explosive damage doctrine by getting inside the bunker, but with a pillager there and the focus fire not going onto that, looks like they're going to burn those fellas out. Sitting on quite a big population lead for Raven on this game, and we have an operative comms officer coming out for for Trauma. Raven seems to be in a pretty good groove on this one at the moment. Sitting on a healthy 8 rigs to 7 harvesters, slightly higher income per minute or second, however they work that box there. And we see the top row doctrines from both factions coming out around the same time. Radar out for Raven as well. Harvester having to wait in line to get his income over. Traumatized also having a little bit of power issues, getting his power plant up now. Missile Trooper's not able to finish off a couple of the vehicles. Raven's going to try and hold around this area to secure his rigs. setting his production up. Traumatized looks like he's going to go up and see if the expansion has come more up to the top right, but Raven has been doing a little bit more rig closer to home, closer to production to protect, as it is a very hard map to defend. Many areas and many approaches on this map. Dragonfly to help with some vision. Another rig coming up. Up to this patch instead of moving on to find another area, but there it is. Just getting a couple of rig wheel kills. They do take a little bit longer to respawn these days. Pringler's coming in to see if they're going to actually try and kill a shield maiden. This battle is not going as well for Raven as previous ones. That shield maiden is very tanky to the T1 army. Population has now swapped. Traumatized sitting on a higher pop, and that's going to have a lot of population with 9 rigs as taking about 3 population per one. All the intel generating from these fights as well is going to be a pretty hard comeback. Just seeing it, yeah, I think that was well played to Trauma getting back into that fight. I thought Raven was up for a split second there. GG. Trauma will take a lead of 2 games to Ravens 1, and we'll see you for the next match. Almost done, Bullet. It's only on 59% actually. Okay, Bridges out. Game started off as best of 5. For some reason, I must have miscommunicated myself that it was going to go a little bit longer. So score is 3-1 to Trauma, and the fellas have agreed to play a best of 7 over the best of 5 previously stated at the earlier time. Happy days to me. I love watching. Ooh, who's that person in the window over there? Just waiting for it to load. Looks like I'm going to come in a little bit late. Looks like Ravenhelm's going to go the blue dynasty and traumatize the black GDF on this one. Bottom left, dynasty Ravenhelm blue. Traumatized playing as the black GDF in the top right. Score is 3-1 in favour of Traumatized. Am I looking forward to showing off his picture? of his, what do we call it, Bullet? What do we call their pictures? Their profile picture for these customs and battles they're in. The 1v1 custom battles. Thumbnails. Thumbs. It just doesn't sound epic. It should be like player avatar or something like that. Yeah, 1v1 avatars. Mayubi. Thank you for the good spelling. It helped me. Mayubi. Oh, look at this trauma. Sending a couple of field scouts around the outside. Around the outside. Around the outside. See if he can get a snipe on the engineer. He has got ding guards coming, but they're going to have to get a quick engagement or at least sacrifice themselves in the hope that he does grab the TPC, which is more likely going to be the way. Do a trade 1-for-1, get back into the bunker, and perhaps he'll just sit there peppering it, or kill the bridge and come around with a engineer at a later time. I think I saw him chuck a marking mine down there. Chucking a bunker down. So, all TPCs secured, no NG snipes in this round so far. Radar coming down for the vision, increased to get the next refinery down. Have the war factory up as well. We're sitting at 3 minutes and a pod on the way. I think he's going to, as usual, stick onto the operatives, sticking away from the riot meta at the moment for funner gameplays. For some reason I did not go refill my beverage, so I will be right back. We'll have a look at Traumatized's field of view. Make a very good work of the riot shields with these bunkers. Getting a stun on the Pringlers. Oh, will it take out the... Yeah, it takes out the comms officer on the explosion as well, taking out the bridge. Good play from Raven on this one. I was sitting like... Got a radars. Air factory coming out. Sticking with the comms officer. 3 operatives out and a small population lead to Raven, 8 rigs to 6 harvesters. Does fight over that TPC and deny it. Actually do like GDF in black. They look pretty cool. The good thing with Trauma is he started the game black, and once you go black, you don't go back. Believe me. However, this blue dynasty does not look right. I shall be having words with him and docking his pay. Pretty sizable army coming up. We have a salvage van coming up as well. Maybe try and help some sustain or creep out some turrets here and there during the fight. Feel like right this second, Ravenhelm is in the lead. It only takes a couple of bad engagements and things can turn. Center bridge is still open as well, so a little bit of a shortcut for reinforcements coming up to bolster the army. No bastion, so we're sticking on the T1 matchsticks. Dropping a factory down. Matchsticks are getting a little bit of... matchsticks were shooting at the hunter tank, not getting the explosion range to the drones. Salvage van only heals when it's actually stationary or deployed, so we'll be able to heal up. That's a good chunk of igniters as well. And gets this bastion upgrade when the hat comes on. After this upgrade, those igniters will be able to chuck some napalm grenades, which have been finally being used in this current patch. Trying to find ways to stay in the game with the current state. It's letting this field get very replenished. Might end up moving over 8 minutes and still looks like there's quite a fair bit of resources in, sending off the rigs a little bit earlier. Time to move this one out. There it goes. Shooting a mine drop. Trying to use the high ground to get back into the match. Raven would have liked an extra few seconds for our bastion is done. We'll see some igniters throwing some napalm. Looks like he's got a bit of control on him. Is he going to jump on? Just using him as the front line damage soakers at the moment. Still got a decent army healing itself at the back. Another salvage van coming as well to replicate healing auras on each other. But the high ground and comms officer is outranging. Temporarily powered down. No. Just going to let them go. Okay. Tried the move up the hill. Well, not getting up the hill, but bottom of the hill to take an advantage. Traumatized definitely using his hunter tanks to beef up his army, being a little bit strong. You usually see a lot of drones and sentinels, but not using maulers in these games. He's using the hunters as a more frontline, tankier unit. Still got rigs coming out for Raven. Thought I might start seeing some factories. There's one factory going to T3. We might see some vaults or some bally balls come out. Another one there. And there, it's just the looking at it properly with the damage. So lots of T3 units coming out. We've got MLRRs coming out of a upgraded factory, so that's not required if you have radar. So maybe over doing the population feeling like he wants MLRRs. Oh, bullet. What did I say? Spastic. Thank you. Okay, so Center Bridge is still open. MLRRRSs. Thank you. That's what I thought I said. Population right on the money with each other, 100 to 99. 7 rigs, 7 halves, so Raven has lost some rigs in amongst the last skirmishes as well. The range is massive on the Shield Maidens. Anyone that wants a quick sneak peek, on the YouTube channel now we have Traumatized and Mars had a previous match. It's now uploaded and it hasn't been revealed what their avatars look like. If you want to go have a look at that, let me know what you think. If they look cool, look shit, whatever floats your boat. That's, yeah, Mars and Traumatized. The previous match just before this one is uploaded. Looking forward to seeing what people think of those pictures. We already have our Mr. Raven as a raven, although somebody said he looks like a crow because a raven has a straight beak and a crow has a curved beak. It's devil's in the details, so, you know, good on him. Didn't know there was Ace Venturas around, but, you know, it's Bolts and MLRs are getting a little bit of work done. Not having to be as worried because the EMP would make you worried, but without those maulers coming in and one-shotting that with one hit, the battle is a little bit more closer. It's a shame this one wasn't up just for the healing just a little bit more. Did get a little bit of credits coming out of the salvage mode, so got a little bit of credits going on there, even though he still broke us apart. When we're sitting on 9 rigs, 8 harvesters. Credit to WS Traumatized not making maulers. Must state that the game would be in a totally different state if he was using those. So good on him for having a good match. Smart play, not going to leave his MCV there and try and hold with what he's got left. He's going to just sell up and use his intel. He's sitting on 94. Got a, looks like it was started, but he just can't. Oh no, it is going. Another pod or no, I can't see it in black. But has pushed him back into the Tasashi the Tasashi style corner. Taking a pot shot, generating more intel by shooting his own structures. I did not know that was a thing. I saw it pop up though. Did you see that bullet? Was that me just... Yeah, that looked like you can shoot your own structure for a intel boost. Maybe that's what Mr. 1000 is there doing the entire time. Yeah, Trauma calling GG on that one, feeling that sitting in the back of the corner wasn't worth just trying to turtle it out. Good on him for moving on to the next one. 2 games to Raven, 3 games to Trauma. Be right back with the next one. Okay, seems like I forgot to pause that and it just continued on as we catch up in chat about the next match. Raven taking the last game, moving the series 3 games to 2, and River Temple being picked by Traumatized for this mirror. This match, the Black GDF versus the Purple Dynasty of Raven. Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun, unless you're Goldman. Goldman. Fuck you, Goldman. Right, so. Don't think we're going to see too much out of the ordinary for the next 30 seconds with the standard TPC captures. Oh, we've got a pre-placed radar before. Nope, not before. We've got a War Factory, then radar. Needing a little bit less power plants, being able to capture 2 TPCs pretty much close, pretty much straight away. Normally see if we can get your plan on, which he does automatically this time. Using that overload with 2 power plants at the start, and plan, if you are wondering about that. A few people have been seeing the double power plants and plan coming on. Traumatized, moving around the bunkers and coming up and through to see if he can see what if Raven is doing anything suspicious. Third rig coming out, extra war factory. What do you reckon, Bullet? We're going to see another rig? I think we're going to see a rig. This map's rigged for GDF. Okay, well, there you have it, folks. Bullet time. Coming up with the solution to the age-old question of whose map is this? Used to be a very good, strong Dynasty map. Now it has switched. Very fun in din mirrors, he is saying. Okay, well, what are we going to see here? Are we going to see a mix-up? No. We're going to stick with the operatives on this particular game. Grenadier is going to come in, be able to clear a bunker or two, depending which way he decides to go. Raven getting out of dodge, wherever dodge is, apparently you can get out of it. We do have the Raven dropping down a relatively quick bureau, so 3-fac bureau. You can do it with 2. Hell, you can do it with 1-fac if you know what you're doing. Pillager coming out. We'll see what he's going to do with that one. Din guards spread across the map, keeping an eye on if anything's going to be coming. That's correct. Pringler. Pringler. Yeah, I can't read, sorry. This is actually called a Tempest refinery, like TRR. Why do we call them rigs when they should be called TRR? Both players collecting their Tiberian. It's been having success with the series so far with the Hunter tanks. Been seeing a little bit more Hunters than the Sentinels, letting the drones take care of the rest with the Hunters, being a bit more beefy. I think I said it before, I think that's mostly because he's playing a no mauler in this series and having a little bit stronger front line in the HP department. And tankiness, that's a tank. Lots of Pringlers, but the thing is with Pringlers is once you pop, you can't. Yeah, you already know what I was going to say. Oh, he's going to get a good chunk of intel on that one, eh? Popped it up to 14 unless he already spent it. Preemptive doing his Shield Maiden to protect from the matchsticks, which have been. If you get caught without Shield Maidens and the matchsticks come in mass and you're not ready, they can do some devastating damage. It looks like Traumatized is actually retreating back to use his base defenses and production closer to home. Spire coming out as well. Focus onto the drone operatives. Still got a fairly big chunk of units still over here, but has taken the other side flank. Oh, I think Raven was slightly in the lead. Has he got follow-up? He has got more army on the way. He's sitting on 7 rigs, so he hasn't gone rig heavy. He has gone a little bit more unit heavy. Noticing that Trauma's been doing a lot more hunters. He's got a lot more missile troopers out, focusing those ones down, but I'm just not sure if he's got quite enough. He went down the middle doctrine, so he's got the HP bonus, the veterancy bonus. Oh, hit this one. Still may be able to persist, just keep that stream coming and not let GDF catch back up. We're sitting on 180 intel. And that's where usually the problem is, like, you can have good battle with like this, and then as soon as you give it a few seconds, you just wake up and there's just 50 maulers are out. Fortunately for us, not doing maulers in this game. Push was pretty close to succeeding. You know what? If he have saved for maybe a med bay, maybe he could have kept his infantry up a little bit more. And here comes the population catch up, not getting enough structural damage to phase the GDF on that battle in the end. Alright, Bullet, what's that pod? That's the penis pod. Alright, thank you. Having a little bit of intel up his sleeve has gone a lot more into the right troopers, as opposed to all of them being right medics. Maulers, drone maulers. And Condor coming out might be anticipating a couple of T3 volts, which aren't very close just yet. Just finishing off Bastion. Still will have upgrade to do 8 rigs. Economy going in favour of the GDF at the moment. Population definitely in front with the GDF. Traumatized. Well played on that part. And doing a couple of extra air pads in case Raven was to switch tech into levelers and the dragonflies, which isn't a case. He's only still sitting on his Pringlers. And that is called the Tempest pod for the Condors. Trebuchet's coming out as well. Might be able to start doing a bit more of a creep if he feels that's just what is required. And I think looking at the population already, I think, yes, GG called. It was a pretty good, decent push by Raven. Was quite close to, could have went either way in that one. But Traumatized taking the game. Okay, just finishing after the last video that we just finished. Grats to Traumatized taking that series of best of 7, 4 games to 3. GG's.